Welcome back to Magoo's Reviews. All right, y'all, this is my review for De La Soul featuring Nas, Run It Back track that just dropped. Before we get into the video, again, we're close to 1,000 subscribers. After that, we're going 10,000. We're on our way to 100,000. Then we're going to be at 1,000,000. We're going to claim it, and it will happen. So, all right, y'all, the De La Soul project did drop today. I do plan on doing a full album review for it, so we can go ahead and put it out. I have been talking about it and my excitement for the album. I'm a big De La Soul fan. Trugoy has passed away, so this is kind of considered like a posthumous project. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the project at the end of the day. But as far as this track goes, Run It Back track, it's a very good track. Now they have a YouTube video out there with the visualizers and stuff. It was pretty solid. But as far as the track goes, you have Maceo open up on the track. He's over there doing the intros and stuff. Paz Noose, man, he absolutely comes in. He knocks it out the park, man. Paz, I think, definitely doesn't get his credit really as an MC, man, because Paz can rap. Paz could definitely go, man. He's a beast, man. Like I said, De La Soul overall, they are. But Paz definitely, man, he came in there, he set the tone. That's one thing I would say as far as this track goes. Paz Noose definitely set the tone for this track. Then after that, man, kind of have that beat switch up. And then Nas just comes in and does his thing. Nas absolutely just comes in and does his thing, man. Like I said, and this is a very good track. I actually do absolutely love this track. Like, I think it's a very good track. And like I said, man, just De La Soul, man, they truly do mean a lot to hip hop, man. De La Soul truly are trendsetters. You know what I'm saying? The whole Native Tongues movement, De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, you know what I'm saying? Of course, you have the Jungle Brothers, Queen Latifah. They mean so much to hip hop, and what they have done for hip hop. So Trugoy, he doesn't have a verse on here, of course, he doesn't have like a posthumous verse or nothing, but Paz and Nas, they definitely carry this track with Maceo on here as well. So, of course, I know that there are more Trugoy verses on the album. Like I said, I can't wait to hear them. But at the same time, as far as this track, Run It Back goes, he wasn't on here. But still, man, De La Soul, man, they definitely deserve their flowers. They definitely deserve their flowers. Truly one of the greatest hip hop groups of all time, man. And like I said, his passing, like I said, I remember it was around, I was going to say the Grammys did like a 50th anniversary hip hop celebration. It was the highlight of the night, to be honest with you, because I remember that Grammy show. It wasn't all that, but when they did the hip hop celebration, they had different people. I want to say maybe was LL Cool J on the stage? I know Scarface was. He did Ghetto Boys. My mind playing tricks on me. But Paz Noose, he showed up for De La Soul. I don't remember Maceo and Trugoy being on stage, but I want to say a couple of days after that, Trugoy passed away. You know what I'm saying? So that was very sad. That was very, very sad at that time. Like I said, man, just what they mean in hip hop. And the title of the album is called Cabin in the Sky. If you guys have never seen the movie Cabin in the Sky, it came out in the 40s or the 50s. I did another video on it, but I remember my grandmother had the VHS, and I watched the movie with my parents. I actually watched the movie. I want to say Louis Armstrong is in the movie, and I know Lena Horne is in the movie as well. She kind of played like the seductress in the movie. Very cool, but it's a black and white film. Of course, they're legends and music, and black music and what they've done for us in our culture. So yeah, man, absolutely. Really good movie. It's a classic, but that's where Paz Noose and Mason, that's where they came up with the title for the album, Cabin in the Sky. So I think that's a very, has, a sweet meaning to it, especially everything that's happened between all, three of them and stuff. So yeah, man, like I said, really, I can't wait to listen to the album. But as far as this track, very good track. Also, another thing, man, Nas is having an MVP year. Nas is having an MVP year, bro. Very much so. My bad, got something. My bad. Nas is having an MVP. Pause. Yo, just hair in my mouth. Pause. Anyway, Nas is having an MVP year. You know what I'm saying? Because, everybody's saying Miles is having that year. And I absolutely agree. Let God Sort Him Out Clips, man. That's a fantastic album. 10 out of 10 album, my personal opinion. But I think Kendrick Lamar is having an MVP year as well. But he's done with the Grammys and Super Bowl, and GNX Tour now breaks the biggest hip hop tour of all time. That's another MVP year, but we gotta throw Nas in there, man. You gotta throw Nas in there. I mean, with the Mass Appeal projects, from the Slick Rick project, from Raekwon, from Ghostface Killer, Mobb Deep, the Big L project, Nas has been featured on all these albums, sometimes multiple features, and then has his album coming out with DJ Premier at the end of next month in December. Man, Nas deserving of it, man. Nas deserving of him. He's absolutely a legend in MC, not just in hip-hop. I think in music in general, Nas is a beast, man. Nas is one of my favorites of all time, and just proves that music is still in him, man. He's still going, bro. And he's hey, man. They call him the Godson for a reason, but he's absolutely knocking out the park, man. So I definitely want to highlight that this year, that Nas is having an MVP. I'm going to do a separate video on that. But anyway, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you guys think about the track. Like I said, I plan on doing a long review for the album, Cabin in the Sky, and I definitely will have it out sooner than later. Anyway, see you guys soon. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Take care.